Chapter 6 Engineer Farmineer. Welcome back, peeps, to the next chapter of the Melrus Adventures. That's right, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you what I like to call the Farmineer type engineer build for Runes of Ore, as well as pretty much team combat, open world bosses, for helping you tag as well as get your T6, T5, as well as any other items desired that come from loot bags, as well as pretty much elite bosses. And with that being said, this build is meant for farming. You can use it if you want to do it for dungeons and whatnot, and your team is completely OP and whatnot. On that note, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below on to how you guys like this build, if I'm going in the right direction, if you guys can't hear me in my videos, or I'm just, I don't know, whatever your heart's content. Just the feedback will be really greatly appreciated to understand where I'm going with this in a direction that for the Guild War 2 players, as well as experienced, as well as new beginners, if you have any questions, ask away. And if I'm not that totally on great perspective when it comes to certain rotations and whatnot, that note, still leave a comment below. I'll try to answer anything best as possible. But on top of that note, it's all based on my preference. With how I play, what my play style is I always like to change it up, even in PvP, World vs. World. I don't always like staying with the same old build. You really don't. That's the point why I like Engineer, because we have so many abilities from different classes, and I'll mention to one, unique class that offers some great potential and whatnot. It's not like you just have a warrior and then this guy has everything, and when I mean everything, he has everything. So just let me know if how this is going for you guys. If you guys like it, please leave some likes, so I understand that I'm actually going in the right direction. And if I don't get nothing, then then it's like, what's the point? I'm just doing it for the fun for it. Learning something new, changing on my lifestyle, so that I can actually further game myself and maybe go into this kind of direction if it appeals to me. And right now, it's somewhat doing the job. All right. So with that being said, on the farmer build, I actually got this from multiple sources. One from Farmineer, his website. He's another primary engineer. You guys probably all heard of him. And I actually found this build pretty great. I didn't really go to metabattle.com. I found it that their multi-kit one was okay, but it didn't seem like what it needed to be. With that, what I mean by that is the composition and the gear setup. Not technically the gear setup, but the utilities were used, as well as I felt like that was not meant for solo as well as team. For multi-tagging, so you can get, if you're in ruins or you're doing the escort quest for the golem, how many of those zombies, or I would say undead, or however you want to put it, in that kind of perspective, how many come up. You want to tag them as much as possible and try to get many of those heavy molded bags as possible, because you can offer T6 and as well as tier 5 mats for crafting, especially if you're doing it for the karma to get towards your obsidian shards for your precursor, to even get to your legendary. Even though the X-Pact is coming out and they're trying to make it a lot easier for people to get their precursors, I'm just showing you a way to actually get your mats a lot more quicker. For the engineers, just for that sake ability. I have tried multiple ways to take down things quicker so that I can move along. Now with the meta, it was okay. I found it lacking is because it wasn't just lacking in single, but it was also lacking in group. And what I mean by that is that the utilities that I use for the Farmineer versus the meta, the 2-kit condition farmer, which is so-called titled on it, I found that it was lacking a lot. Especially in single. If you're just roaming around by yourself and the event's all ended and it hasn't come back up in a refresh rate, I found that you relying on like your flamethrower, but you also could have had a greater potential. What I mean by that is, yes, you're getting the tag when you're going single, but all you had was rocket boats and slick shoots, and it was just to get you point A point quicker, but it wasn't actually exactly getting your target down quicker. That's the point. You want to get to point A to point B as quick as possible as well, but you also want to take down those targets as quickly as possible, so then you can go to the next target and then keep going in circle, depending on which area of ore you're doing it in the Cursed Shore. Now, with my build, or technically the farmer build, which I find phenomenal, is it's going to utilize just strictly right around the flamethrower. Now you're going to come to a group events where, for instance, when you're doing defense or you're attacking the priest in Meloradu, if I'm pronouncing that right, please let me know. You have to kind of stay range, but you also have to interrupt him so you don't get turned like into what I would say the Mesmer's elite skill is turning into a mole, but instead you'll be turning into an alligator and whatnot. First you'll be a wolf, and then you turn into an alligator. And you have to interrupt him, so whatnot, and so forth. Now, that's why the reason why you also have, that's right, your rifle. Your rifle offers a nice a nice 1,000 yards versus flamethrower only offering around 600. Now, it doesn't have the reduced cooldown, but it'll still do the damage that needs done. You'll still be able to do incinerate ammo, and whatnot. Now, you can also, with this build being said, you can also swap it out for something else that has more utilities. What I mean by that is, with this build, I'm going to show you right now exactly what I'm talking about, is with the traits, I'm going to show you exactly what you can swap out and whatnot. But I found this is very, very interesting. He did it, Wolfineer did a great job on this. If it wasn't him and he saw it someplace else, either way, whoever did it, amazing job, especially when farming. Now, what we're going to do is 2 explosives. You're going to get yourself acidic elixirs, just because you're going to be using elixirs in this rotation with your build. For 2 in firearms, the first tier, infuse precision, so you can give yourself some nice crit on hit for swiftness. On tier 2, you're going to go with Juggernaut to get that nice toughness, but you're also going to get intervals of might continuously by 3. And plus that's a damage as power increase, but also conditioning increase, because you'll also be offering burning, bleeding, and vulnerability. I'll get that into momentarily. Now, for last but not least, is your tier 3 in firearms, is your modified ammunition. This is a great DPS boost just to knock down mini targets, especially if you're in group plays where everyone's tossing out conditions left and right. That's going to be a DPS increase for yourself. Don't forget it. It's one of the greatest, I would say, master traits for the engineer, at least on my perspective. I don't really give 2 craps about Grenadier. That would be, yes, another top tier, but when it comes to farming, I find it useless because you won't be tossing grenades. They'll just be coming at you and you'll still miss, and it's a delay. So, otherwise, it's okay. Okay, so for alchemy tier 1, we're gonna go with fast acting elixirs. Sorry about that. Just for this and sake, you're pretty much all your number 8 skill as well as your number 6 skill. You can also use healing turret if you want. You can also use elixir H. That's really up to you. It doesn't matter either way, as long as you're gonna get it done. I highly do though suggest to going elixir H because you have a random chance of getting a random boon. That's not including with your F1 and your F3. That's going to offer more potential since you're going the full trait line in alchemy. Tier 2 in alchemy, we're going to go cleansing formula 409. It's going to remove condition for every time you use an elixir, so that means that's your 6 and your 8 skill, as well as your F1 and F3 skill, unless you have it retraded. That's your 2 belt skill for your elixirs, for your toss elixirs, technically. And for last but not least, in your tier 3, we're going to go with experimental turrets. Now, this is really optional. You can go with an H, but I find this a lot more with group play. It's great to go with flame turret. Just for that sake, is because it offers burning at a rate of 3 per second and also 5 targets. Now, if you're also doing the event for Greneth, or you're doing the assault on Raw, flame turret will be actually kind of helpful. With that being said, because since it does have a short range, but since they do have such a cluster of enemies coming in any direction, and if you remember where exactly they spawn, you can use your flame turret just to, put it in that area, and while you're trying to clear out another area or take down an elite, your flame turret's automatically tagging everything for you, which is phenomenal. And it's also offering free might if you're in range of 600 yards. Sometimes you're not, sometimes you are. Yes, you lose the benefit, but anyone who's over there is also going to get that 3 stacks of might on intervals of, I believe, 10 seconds, yes. But it's one of the longer lasting somewhat. It's only for 13 seconds, but if they have a boon increase as well as for might, they're going to actually maintain that might for a long time. It's also 90 power, 90 condition, so it also helps out with the conditions, both bleeding as well as your fire. Your burning. Sorry about that. Now, for your utilities, you definitely want to go with Elixir H and Elixir B. You can swap out Elixir B if you really want to, and you want to go a little more traversy, meaning going faster output, and whatnot. You can also go with Elixir U. Now, on certain events, you may realize that people die a lot. You can also go with Elixir R, use your tool belt skill to revive anybody there, meaning it's going to do a tick pulse by, I believe, every 7 or 10. I'm not exactly sure on the top hand. Let's find out real quick. Boon damage. I don't care about the damage. Blah, blah, blah. Supposed to, yes, it revives a per pulse by 17%. And the duration is 10 seconds. So that's going to help out a lot of people, especially if it's a bunch of people. It's only number 5 targets, but it still helps out. And plus, you get to remove 2 conditions, as well as remove 1 boon from your enemy. That's also including bosses that can be affected by this, as well as deal 303 damage. Not bad at all. Really, it's not. You can also go with Elixir S if you actually want that break stun. You also want to survive. This is another great survival ability, especially if you're new to this kind of build. It's great for group events, as well as sometimes maybe soloing, but not as much. You should not be dying when you're taking on just 1 or 2 enemies. You have the fundamental traits of your flamethrower to get you out of those certain situations, and that's where smoke vent comes in and blinds them, and you can just, continue your rotation and proceed on to killing. Now, last but not least is your flame turret. Now, I actually like using this just for the sake is that if you're in those oh crap moments, especially in, I would like to say, the group events, flame turret will help you. All you gotta do, pop it down, overcharge it, detonate it. You got a nice little, stealth for just a tad bit. It helps. It really does. It'll keep the enemies off you. You might still retain some of the conditions, but as long as you have your 6, your 8, as well as your F1 and F3 tossed elixirs, as well as using your elixirs, you'll be able to remove conditions. Now, you can also use this to swap it out. You can also use Thumper Turn, just in case if you're just trying to do it, especially with Greneth, when the enemies come down the steps a lot, you can keep that there, since it does have a higher HP pool than the rest of the turns. I've noticed this, and I can guarantee it. Thumper Turn will be up a lot more. All it does is automatically do a cripple at a rate of 3 seconds, so that can actually help you. That's automatic tag, and a number 5 targets. But you can also detonate it and explode anyone around the area to also do more damage, and also get more tags. That's why you also have Flamethrower, because it has a cone and it hits a number of 5 targets. And if you continuously move around, it's going to hit another target. So it means you're going to get yourself another tag. So it's also great to be also... Really? Anyway, so it's also be a great way to get your tags, get more loot, etc. Just make sure when you do the events, especially with open world, as well as more than 5 people, make sure your bags are cleared and you have a lot of room. Because I run a lot of times when I go to jump vent to vent, I forget to clean out my bag and put everything to storage or disenchant or whatnot. Yeah, it sucks. It takes up time, and then you're like, oh crap, I gotta kill all these guys real quick so I can get the etc. etc. So keep that in mind. And your lead skill is always going to be supply crate. Just keep that in mind. That's going to be extra boons for your team as well as the rest of the area. And that goes to a number of 5 targets, but at the same time is that it offers tremendous amount of boons. You're going to get Flame Turret, you're going to get Swiftness, you're also going to get Vigor from your healing turret. So you're going to get a lot of boons, and that's also going to increase your potential damage as well as the condition damage from the target that you're attacking. Alright peeps, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use this build. Yes, exactly. That's right. So I'm going to show you some good clips of group events and show you exactly how to use this. And hey, hopefully maybe we'll make your farming for your legendary, or trying to get to your precursor, try to save money for it, or try to just get your mats, etc., etc. And hopefully make your day a little bit better and easier and a lot quicker. Alright peeps, I'll see you guys soon. Stay awesome! Okay peeps, I'm going to be showing you how the Farmineer works. That's right, we got a little defend pennant camp from the Risen. We got 2 fort structures, and we got 4 minutes remaining, so we got a long time to make this game prevail. Hopefully I don't lose and die here, but we're going to try to get this done and succeed this event as much as possible. Try to take down some of these characters. There we go. There we go. As you can see, it's kind of going the way you want it to. Keep your current. There we go. Blast them in the sky. Blast them in the sky. See? Look at all that damage. All that tagging. All that beautiful tagging. What is he doing? Alright, I don't like you. Go away. There we go. There we go. Put a blind on. There we go, put some fire on him. Let him take some more damage. As you see, I'm collecting some nice loot here. There we go. Come on, die, die. Nice. Awesome. Ah, we still got this other veteran up. Not bad. And we're gonna pop out another elixir here. Pop out another one. Get some more damage, get some nice protection going on. Swiftness. Generation. Come on, baby. Oh, you're back. There you go. Get fire in the face. And then you do. Start tagging everything up. There we go. Nice little tags here. And what you can do is overcharge it so you can start doing smokeness so you can survive more. Because all their attacks are going to do. And plus, at the same time, you'll be able to also use your blast finisher for the flame blast to give you a nice stealth as well if it helps out. Gotta use that. Use that. There we go. Some more damage out. 14 stacks of light. Not bad. Alright, so we gotta go down here now. We're gonna throw this out. More smoke. Go. Start running around. Start running around. See? Look at this guy. Look at this. There we go. Nice. Ooh, got platinum doubloon. Nice. Kinda need that. Come on, die already. Oh, you gotta also be careful of those chickens. They explode. They are evil little buggers. Push that out of the way. Got a nice little area there. This. This. Drink, drink, drink. Ah, I kind of screwed that up completely right there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Alright, we're gonna pop this out. Overcharge it, so... Nice. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there, but that's alright. Everything happens for a reason. Alright, so we're going to pop out another top switch belt so we can get some nice protection going on here. Nice, 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 nice. Get up, get up. Ah, got some people coming in. Not bad, not bad. Gotta keep moving, re-tagging everything. Alright, we're going to dodge out. Use elixir. Let's keep killing some people. Killing some people here. Detonate if we want to. There we go. Nice. Get some nice damage here. Look at all those things. Awesome. Okay, there we go. So we got even picked up even more. Alright, so we're gonna toss him back. We got a nice little tag there. Ah, kind of stepped in that. That was bad. That's okay. And we're getting some more loot. Just me. Good job, people. Good job. Ah, see, we got some more people coming in. Off the blast in. There we go. There we go. Blind them. Get down the field. Let them walk over it. Just go around circles around them. That's as long as if you're not the only one doing it, though. Just keep that in mind, too. Since we got him tagged, we're going to try to tag these guys up because they will die soon. There we go. They're all going to die eventually, so we'll be able to pick up some extra loot here. There we go. Nice job, nice job, nice job. Come on, come on. There we go. Awesome. And they automatically die, and there we go. Alright, so that's one instance. I'm going to show you guys another one very shortly. See you soon. Okay, peeps, welcome back. Alright, I'm going to be showing you another event. They can be using this for, let's say, the Champion Risen Arch page. Great way to put it. Maybe we got a lot of blast finishers. Solutions, slow that down. Really put the fire. And there you go. Just remember, you can use Ruin of Flame Legion if you want. Ruin of Balthazar to increase your duration for your fire damage. Flame Legion will be probably more effective because it's +7 and you do have a primary source of fire. Plus, that's including your flame turret. Now remember, you also have your other turrets that will also offer a lot more boons, as you can see here. Which is going great, going very well. And don't forget to use your Elixir B. That's like another great DPS increase there. Just make sure you roll out of any of the AoE effects, as you see. The red rings. That's one of the opponent's abilities. Make sure you're in line of sight. Sometimes they can be pushed into the wall. Alright, elevate from this distance. Okay, like that. And the good thing about flamethrower is you can do it right through the wall. I love it. It's like one of the greatest like things ever. Just do it right through the wall. But that's the only one that can really do it for you. Is that? And see, there you go. Got yourself some loot. Keep that in mind. Yep. All right, peeps. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, peeps, I'm going to show you the last one with the Farmineer. Yeah, let's do this. As you can see, we got ourselves a little bugger right here. Yeah, he thinks he's all tough stuff right here, the champion Ooze King. He thinks all tough stuff. Well, think again, buddy. Think again. You're going to feel the wrath. Feel my wrath. Feel my wrath. That's right. That's 2 flame turns right there. 2 flame turns. 6 might every 10 seconds. Yeah, look at that. Pop off OCB, even more. Keep the fire up in there and keep doing damage. Yeah. All you have to do is just go blah 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 blah. And that's how easy it is. Really, it's not that hard. Okay, peeps. I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Stay awesome. Huzzah!